Everyone, it's time once again for Vampire the Masquerade. I'm going to leave you here with the coterie for a moment while I step off and finish eating my food that I had to stop between streams. So give me just a couple minutes, we'll get started. The rest of you are free to talk and get them ready for the game. I shall return.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I should also move that.
And I actually should pull that up. Look at me being here, but not here.
Being there but not.
Yes. Here, but not.
I thought I heard someone talking, but I guess I didn't. Like, not like you guys, like someone outside. Oh wait, I don't need my AirPods in right now. I just need one. I think it's someone outside.
Alright, we ready for this?
Probably not.
I mean, out of 1,000 realities, I survive 817 of them.
In game or out of game?
Yes.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yes. I'm sorry, Kay, but I think Josie has the lowest probability of survival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
No, literally one of my... Literally, like I said, I think I said it off camera last time, but I have a way that Josie's probably gonna die in the end. 100%, yes. Not 100%.
Try to escape before dying.
Like 78% chance that Josie's gonna die at the end.
I mean, hey, if you're fighting in a tower and you jump out the window, maybe, I don't know.
So the thing I was basically saying is Josie wants to make sure the prince is dead before
you want to fight until the fireworks goes off.
Basically. I want to be the one to kill the prince.
Luckily you ordered the fireworks, hopefully.
I mean, oh shit, I forgot a message.
Hello?
Written about my criminal contacts.
Hello? Oh, I thought you had a message. Sorry. Yeah, I already posted what I'm gonna do.
Is my mic really bad right now?
Hmm?
Huh?
What?
What?
Is my mic really bad right now?
No.
Okay. I know it's not my good microphone. That makes me angry, but it's okay.
Just plug it into your phone, it's fine.
I can't. My phone doesn't have a USB thing. I mean, I could get like an adapter thingy, but then I won't have any place to charge my phone.
Valkyries. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Valkyries. Hello, I returned.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Back.
I've just been listening to Shay try and say Valkyries.
Yes.
Oh, hiccup, excuse me. Too much soda too quickly.
We have our goals, though.
You do?
We do.
I would love to hear them.
Well, mine comes in several steps.
Okay, well, I mean, cool, but...
I'll probably get into that in game, I think. You already know.
Yep.
Yeah, shower.
Yeah, since...
A shower, yeah.
A shower. Since last
No, I just need one in general. Sorry, I was just remembering.
Josie.
I was like, shit,
Josie
wait.
needs a shower before your big date.
Do vampires even shower?
I'm sure they
Probably.
can.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important to maintain hygiene.
I imagine some of them take blood baths, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it helps with the skin.
Gotta keep it fresh.
I am drinking through
It gives
osmosis.
that red tint to it.
Yeah.
Make it seem
yeah.
like you're alive.
But hey, I was stabbed and nearly killed. And now we have a staked Quisian we need to deal with.
Ark, you were saying?
What was I saying?
You started to say something, I wasn't sure.
I don't remember.
Okay. Works for me. Alright. Well, why don't we go ahead and do a recap? Since it's been a while, I'll go ahead and do it. That way it summarizes what's actually been going on and not just what the player interpretation is, which is still good and fine in of itself, because it's always important to see what you all think is happening versus what actually has been happening. But tonight, we'll get everybody caught up. If you're watching from YouTube, of course, you already know what happens because you looked at the last video, but for us, it's been a couple weeks. And I apologize if I'm largely incorrect. Anyone on YouTube, do not comment at me that I am wrong, because I probably am. So, the Anarchs, all three of them now, you all had been making attempts to start establishing a foothold within the city of Vancouver, situated east of the airport. One of you has your own domain, the others have settled in to a bar that had been inherited by the resident ministry member, Aldrich. I almost called you Seth for some reason, and you can tell that that's how long it's been. It's like not even close, not even remotely close. I'm
Is it
wrong.
because that sounds a little like Snake?
Thank you, Dino. I'm wrong and the killer. Yeah. That's probably accurate. Yes.
Rin's always the killer.
I'm always the killer.
Oh shoot!
The bar, the Velvet
I need to
Getaway.
get onto. Oh, sorry. I need to get onto roll 20.
Yeah, that would help. The Velvet Getaway is under new management, now belonging to Aldrich Lee and the Ministry. Josie Jones, a gangrel, has started to befriend a group of European Anarch-based gangrel called the Valkyries that were sent to Vancouver from Seattle on loan with the intent of dismantling the Tremere library that was in the area. They attempted to recruit Josie into helping them do it, and she seemed mostly on board, but did tell the coterie as much information as she was willing to share, and found out that it conflicted with their own goals of getting a hold of the Book of Nod for Sybil's own efforts at obtaining Golconda through the teachings of a Salubri that had entered the city on the chance of finding Sybil. This Salubri made it very clear that they are not welcome in the city and thus would not be present in the city, but Sybil has made several attempts to signal the Salubri outside of the bar, much to no luck thus far. Aldrich reminded them that such things would also be breaches of the Masquerade and drawing attention to their bar, after which they had also found that the Thinbloods that had been staying with them for protection had been abducted, and Aldrich may or may not be involved in their abduction, but you'll never get him to admit one way or the other. There have been attempts to recruit...
Why would I have someone attack my own bar?
Exactly. There have been attempts to recruit a powerful Nosferatu and his own club of adopted Thinbloods into helping the cause, active efforts to besmirch the good name of the Ivory Tower at the hands of Josie, and also a quote-unquote not successful deal. Mirabelle would argue that it was not upheld, the bargain was not upheld, having Sybil return to her, but Aldrich would say otherwise. But there has been a bit of a smear campaign going back and forth between the two individuals, both claiming the other did not keep their promise, but that is the way of politics in vampire culture. Some other things to recap and remind everyone of. Outside of the Velvet Getaway, Josie had made friends with a young woman who had invited her out for a date to Lujon, which also happens to be Mirabelle's nightclub. I do not remember that girl's name because it has been so long. Did you write it down, Casey?
Charlie.
I don't think it was Charlie. She's not a unicorn.
I mean, can you prove otherwise? You have brought the Fae into the equation, remember?
I mean, can you prove that, though?
I have a vial of Fae blood.
I didn't really bring them into it, though.
I know.
You just have it. Kay, do you happen to remember the name?
Of what? Sorry, I got a
Of the-
text message.
That's okay.
I have it.
Of the date.
Oh, shoot.
Shay says she has it.
Genevieve.
Her name is
I'm horrible.
Audrey.
Audrey, yes,
Aw.
it is. Because in my mind, Feed Me Seymour ran through, and it was like, no, that's not it. But yeah, no, it is Audrey. Audrey was the name of the young woman who seemed very interested in Josie. She had invited her out drinking at a more open and running bar that wasn't covered in bullet holes, and they had plans to go out tonight to do so. In addition, you all got caught talking about Anarch things and killing the prince while the bar was unlocked and open, and the Ventru Premision was standing in the doorway listening to your conversation. And she promised not to turn you in if you could help her establish a Ventru prince on the throne once it came time for your grand plan, and they would help
Point
you.
of order.
Yep.
Not just a ventriloquist prince, her.
Yep. To help her ascension as the prince under Ventru rule, specifically when the meeting between the Hecata and the Ivory Tower to conduct a ritual in a number of days' time, the information of which they promised to get to you so that you would know and have time to prepare for your ambush. They offered, I want to say asylum, but I don't think asylum's the right word. Basically, they offered a truce between the Anarchs and the Camerilla if you all helped them overthrow Sienna. And so they were just like, yeah, Anarchs will be free to come there, but people like Aldrich, who always are skeptical of everyone, is like, this is a Ventru saying Anarchs are free, so you can take it with a grain of salt or garlic.
The blue bloods saying that people are free.
Yeah, basically. So that's largely everything of importance for the three of you. So we are going to rewind time a bit because, as was stated in our chat and not privy to anyone who's watching right now, anybody who knows anything about Quijin, which to my best ability I had done some research to try and learn as much as I could about this mysterious non-Cainite group of vampires, we missed an important detail that while Quijin and Cainite vampires can feed upon each other, the art of blood bonding and diablerie do not work on Quijin, which leave us with a bit of a problem, as Ajay had frenzied and attacked one of the coterie members, nearly giving her final death, resulting in you all putting them into torpor. So we're going to rewind well before any of the events where Ajay had struck a deal with a mage from Seattle, or had made any attempts to blood bond, because this is things that you all would have known and wouldn't have spent any time on. But it's right after the stake had been driven into Ajay's heart, and they are put back in torpor, that we find ourselves you're all in the basement, standing over their now paralyzed form, with a decision to make where to go forward from here.
They are too dangerous.
Remember to speak up.
They are too dangerous.
Yes, I would say so.
Am I able to, and remind, because it's been a while, am I able to willfully accelerate my body's healing?
You you roll hunger if you want to try and heal right now, right, Art?
If it's aggravated, you have to wait till the next night.
Okay, so I'm
During your rest, quote unquote.
got it.
That's
So
when the body begins to heal aggravated wounds.
I can't heal yet then, because I still have some aggravated. Drop it in the ocean.
That's what you would like to do?
They can't harm with words or swords there. Unless you have a use for them. As long as they're gone.
If I might make a suggestion.
You could sell them.
I could sell what?
No, that would be too dangerous. What's your suggestion?
I have some syringes. I was thinking we could take some of his blood before we drop him in the harbor.
Quesian blood.
Could be a bartering tool in the future.
Tremere might be interested.
Yeah.
Okay. But we can't let them talk. We can't let them attack.
Yes, I don't think there's any reason to let them out.
Let's do that then.
I'm leaving the decision up to you guys.
Daniel?
Yeah, boss. What can I do?
Go take a couple vials of his blood. And then find a way to discreetly drop him into the harbor.
Can I have
You
a
want-
couple vials?
You want me to go out a little ways, or just right into the harbor?
Go out a little ways.
Yeah, can do. We'll make it disappear. So he steps away for a minute, heads off upstairs, and after probably 5 or 10 minutes, he comes back down, holding like one of those medical first aid bags, and when he reappears, he's got a syringe in hand, and he goes to work trying to extract some of the blood. And as a Quijin is not like other undead beings, much like yourselves, they're not Canites by any means. When he starts to extract the blood, it starts coming up thick, coagulated, black. It looks very unappetizing and old, to the degree that there might not be much use for you all, and it might be part of the reason why these exotic beings are so different from you all. And he holds up one of these thick black vials out to you, and he says, "You sure you want this stuff? It's almost as thick as tar."
I can't see it. I want one.
I'll pass over one of the syringes. I don't have much of a use for it, but there are blood mages out there.
Yeah, okay. And he hands it over, and then he goes to work binding up Ajay's form. He has some shackles, heavy iron ones that he puts to the feet, right at the ankles, at the inner thighs just above the knees. He gets the wrists, the elbows, and then he starts wrapping chain around them as well. And he says, "Yeah, I can probably get us a boat, and I'll be back in the morning. So stay out of trouble while I'm gone. I'm gonna go make sure this is deep and doesn't wash up anywhere." But after watching him make sure that this torpid individual is secure, he puts him into like a shipping crate,
Mm-hmm.
and basically gets a dolly jack and uses that, and he probably looks to you guys and is like, "Can you carry this up the stairs?" Because he is just human. He's not strong enough to lift this from the basement.
I can carry.
Even though Josie carries, I don't see it, so I think Daniel does it. And I'm like, "Thank you, Daniel."
Just kind of looks at Josie and is like, "Sure."
You're welcome.
Just as a note, how many vials of blood did we get?
He probably extracted 3. You handed one over to Sybil, so you have 2 of these tarry black Quijin blood. But it's not long before he puts the box back in the dolly, and he starts carting it out the back service door, and you hear the sound.
Have a nice voyage.
Yeah.
Bon voyage.
And he's gone for the rest of the night. But it is only just after 9 o'clock now. What do you all do for the rest of your night?
I need a phone.
Also, for the sake of continuity, since we did a little bit of rewinding and retconning, I do not remember if any of the stuff that became important decision making, like talking to the Ventru or to Audrey, happened before or after the initial staking of AJ. We're just going to say that it happened before now, for the ease of doing it and not having to repeat those scenes as well. We're just going to do some quick splice editing.
Yeah, it did happen before.
Understood.
Okay. But regardless, anything that might have happened
Yeah.
after that first one, between you guys taking him down the first time, the conversation with the mages, and then you unstaking him and having another conversation, anything that happened between those points, we're just going to edit out all of those important talking points, and we're going to put them to have happened before this moment, so that it still fits our new continuity.
Understood.
That's all.
Understood.
So the sign and everything has been erased.
Yes.
So okay. All right. Cool. I have an idea of how to create an opening for you.
What's that?
You'll have to sell me, but only after I do what I need to do. You'll have to sell me to Mirabelle.
Oh, I thought you meant we have to sell you on telling us.
Aha.
And I was like, what?
But this place
You-
is too dangerous now. Mirabelle would help me get close to the prince. When I'm close to the prince, I can give them words. Not the truth of you. But I think I can turn them against each other. You know. The lady who wants the crown.
Miss Conti?
You know. The skull.
Yes.
We should find a place more secure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
And I need a phone.
I'm sure Josie can help you with that.
I can give her a burner phone.
Okay. I need your book. The one with all of the numbers in it.
Whose book?
No, wait, I would have already gotten that number, sorry.
Yeah, I think I gave you Velvet's number before.
This'll work.
I thought you didn't want to go back to her, and that's why we had the whole thing with the police officer
I don't.
and that asshole dude.
I don't.
But now you're asking us to
I think
give
Sybil is
you
Going
making
to,
a sacrifice.
yes, take one for the team. That way we can get our job done easier. Correct?
I
Yes.
go over and give her a pat on the back and ruffle her hair and say, "Thank you. It will
But-
definitely pay off."
You have to. You have to ask for your boon to be to return me to you.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get you back. I wouldn't leave you hanging. Especially with someone you didn't want to hang with.
I'll tell you more in another place. Safer.
I mean, if we really wanted to, I have my apartment.
No.
But that's the only other place I know of that we could go to.
We should talk in the basement then and close the door and make sure there's nothing.
Okay.
I'm going to
Well, trade some information for some directions. And those directions will take me to a friend who can give me some defense against Mirabelle. To protect do you want to?
Yes?
Would you be willing to tell us more about this girl? Is she like a literal threat that we need to be worried about? Or like, could I crush her with my hand if I wanted to?
What girl?
The
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle, I think her name is.
You mean the fox?
Yeah.
She's dangerous. And smart.
Okay.
You're stronger than her physically, yeah? But she's smart.
Yeah, she did make me go ice skating, so...
She'll do that. She has a way of making you do what she wants.
Dealt with those kind before. Hard to beat, but eventually you get there. Gotta find a way to work around it, I guess. Still haven't quite figured that part out, but we'll get there.
But if I give her what she wants, then it'll create an opening for you later. It'll have to happen when and I'm assuming we're like all in the basement, doors locked, everything.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
That is what we are.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I in my head I said when you had mentioned we should go down there, I was like, oh yeah, I go on down there, but I don't think I actually said it.
yeah.
But yeah.
I will inform Mr. Velvet of things that he might find interesting to recruit him. And when I'm next to the prince, I will warn her of the treachery of Mr. Skull and the treachery of the usurper. And I'll also warn her that if she strikes too soon, then she will lose the opportunity to ferret out any other threats because they have allies.
You just have to make sure we're already under suspicion because of all this shit that just happened, that she does not catch on to you trying to create a divide. Because
she wouldn't believe me.
She might not seem like it, but she's a smart person.
She wouldn't believe me as I am, but she will believe me as I will be.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Probably shouldn't, but I will.
Once I appear to be shackled by Mirabelle, she wouldn't have any reason to doubt me. I would warn her of their treachery, and I would warn her that she can only strike on the day of the ritual, and that she has to stop them both at the same time, and their forces, since they'll be gathered there. That will spread her forces then. That will give you your opportunity.
So are you going to tell her that someone's going to strike at the ritual? Because that's what we're going to do.
I will tell her.
So we don't want her to send her stuff, her people there. We want her to be there.
I will tell her you're asking what? You want her to be at the ritual.
Isn't that the plan? We're gonna get gonna get them all there. Then
that way we can kill her, Skull, whoever's there.
So you want everyone in the same room. I will tell her she will need to send her forces to stop their allies then, those who guard their ritual, those who are not in the room.
You could always tell her that we're planning on attacking,
The skull.
No, where... Did we find a... Is the ritual happening at the Ivory Tower?
We don't know yet.
Okay. Well, when we find out where it is, if it's not at the Ivory Tower, you could always say that Anarch's... Because the thing is, you would have to make it seem like you're betraying us. So you can say that we're planning on attacking the Ivory Tower on the night of the ritual while she's away. So that her defenses are gone. And then attacking her after that. So that would leave her defenses at the Ivory Tower.
Do you wish to fight Skull? Primogen,
I want to kill him.
and Prince at the same time?
No. See, I'm expecting the explosion to hopefully kill Skull and that other lady. I don't give a shit who she is. The only person I actually want to fight is the Prince.
I would prefer it if they both got taken out by the explosion.
It's a matter of opinion.
You might want to hold off on the explosion. I have a feeling there's the Thin Bloods are tied to this ritual. I have a feeling
Most definitely.
keeping them alive would stop the ritual.
I have a feeling that even though we're planning, none of it's going to go to plan.
No plan survives first contact with the enemy.
Yeah. So...
And you have very many enemies.
Yeah. And whose fault is
We have very
that?
many enemies.
Do you want the Prince's forces thinned out? Because the Prince will be there with Skull, and the Primogen will be there too, since you said she's in charge of security. She did not see me when she spoke with you.
I guess.
I can tell the Prince that those that will betray her will all be at that site, at that ritual. That way, she will send her forces against the ones, she will send those she trusts against the ones that are protecting that place. That would leave those three together.
We could get a helicopter.
Why?
Because if we get a helicopter, we will... Oh, bye, Shay. If we get a helicopter, we... that seemed very random. I was trying to think of a way that we could... Because if I put aside my goals for right now and think of just about efficiency, it would be best if we got her, Skull, and the other person, don't care what her name is, in the same spot, along with their defenses. And then we just rode a helicopter over and dropped the bomb.
Their defenses won't be all in the same spot. They will be all around.
Yeah, I was saying if it might... Yeah. Okay, never mind. I won't introduce a new plan to what we're already doing then.
you want to end everything with all of them there, including the Thin Bloods and our allies. You just want to erase them all.
Yes and no.
Well, which is it?
If we want to... It would be easier for the next wave to come in if that was the case. I was saying in terms of efficiency, which one would be the best. However, in terms of, I guess, least amount of casualties on our end of things.
Picture it like this, then. You have a building, and in the center of it, they're conducting a ritual. And scattered throughout the building are the forces meant to protect it, the Primogen's forces. Marissa Conti. She would be closer to the prince. She would be waiting. But she would let you in like she expects. Mr. Skull will be doing his ritual. He will probably have forces scattered as well, I think. I don't know. But
he'll do something shady.
He always does. But 3 of them are against each other. They just don't know it. Some of them know it. But some of them don't know it. If I tell the prince that they are both who they are, and that she will only know all the dissenters by the ones who are brought into the building, because those would be the ones that Marissa Conti and the Skull trust, then she would prepare some of her own trusted forces to deal with them. That would spread her power thin, her influence. That means you don't have to fight an army to get to her, but it does mean you have to deal with. It does mean you have to deal with her. If I know more about what a potential ally wants, I can maybe get their help. Maybe they can stop the ritual.
I can talk to those girls about it.
I think the idea for them was to have them distract the sheriff.
That too.
The idea here is for our enemies to weaken themselves against each other.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I'll try to do.
Alright, and then for the Masquerade side of things, I'll talk to those people that I know. And get us a boom boom.
Okay.
Firework per se.
Alright. We need to work faster. I should talk to maybe a potential allies. And I will take out the phone. And I'll feel the little bumps where the numbers are.
Mm-hmm.
And I will call up Mr. Velvet.
You dial the phone, and it rings, and it rings, and it rings. And then you recall, because it's been a few weeks for the player, that the last time you spoke to Mr. Velvet was probably a night or two ago. But he had emphasized that something had happened at the club, and that he was going to be indisposed for quite some time. And that's probably why he hasn't answered when you tried to call him again.
I need an escort into the sewers.
Why to the sewers?
I need to talk with the Velvet Man.
We know where his club is.
He said something happened there, and his club is not open anymore. So he would probably go into the sewers. Probably to think or search. I need him to find me. I need his eyes. Do you
His
have...
eye.
He has many eyes.
Not on him, apparently.
No. But if I can talk to him, I have something he wants. He has something I need.
What information do you need out of him?
Not information. Guidance. Well, little information. Outside the city, I need him to lead me to Salubri.
We don't have the book yet.
No, we don't. If I had the book and I met with the Salubri, I would not return. I do need the book still. I need something from Salubri that's different. Taking it from either you would mean I die.
Storyteller, what time is it currently?
Just after 9 o'clock.
In game?
No, out of game. Yeah, in game.
Okay, I was like, it literally is just after 9 o'clock right
It
now,
is.
so I didn't know if you misunderstood the question.
Oh, no. No.
Wait, what?
That wouldn't apply to our game.
We are now playing in real time?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Yeah, I was very confused. I was like, huh?
We can never go past 8:30 because that's the time it would be there when we end.
So, do you know how to get in touch with him? I can only think of...
Besides going to his club and calling him, no.
We could check his club, but I don't know how fruitful it would be.
I don't know how much we can rely on him right now if he's dealing with his own issues.
That's just it. I think the information that we have is valuable to him for his issues, I suspect.
And what makes you
happened to us. He had problems suddenly when we had problems suddenly. I don't know. I get the feeling maybe.
I mean, we could always go over there and figure out what the problem was. But
Besides,
also, that is a little dangerous.
what we know is still very valuable to him. He works with information. A usurper and ritual are valuable information. I would tell him about the skull. That would be good information to trade, yes.
Okay. That is well and good, Sybil, but do you want to go out in your current condition? You have a sword opening across your back.
I think there is not much we can do until we figure out the dates of the ritual.
We need to prepare before
And
then.
Yes.
If what I think is true based on how its voice sounded, there may be more information that we come across later would also be valuable to him. It could be a tempting bargain. But
And I think until we find out more information, he won't put our matters first.
I'm not asking him to.
But it would be nice if they were.
I would be asking to trade information that might help him for his help. We can't wait. We can't sit back and wait. There's no time left. We have to work.
Well, I do need Josie to speak to her Valkyries and get them to cause trouble.
Just not at the airport.
Just not at the airport.
Yeah.
And perhaps maybe have them hold back until closer to the ritual date.
Talk to them about it.
We need to start putting plans into motion, though. If we don't,
Mm-hmm.
we won't be ready, and we'll all die.
Yep.
I'm not going to die.
I don't plan on it
Yes, you do.
either.
You do plan on it.
Huh?
You do plan on it. I already told you. If you fight her,
I mean,
then you'll die. I already saw it.
what I plan on doing and what might happen aren't the same thing.
I already saw
I'm
it
not
happen.
planning on dying, but you know, if it happens, it happens.
I already saw it happen. Because you'd rather choose bones over me. That's alright, though. see the ocean on my own.
Come with you. After I kill the prince.
I think when she says that, there's just like a very... There's just that briefest look of agitation, but it fades. I need to bargain with the Velvet Man.
I need to go talk to my lesbians.
Josie,
Yes.
if you run into my sire, tell her that you'll give me to her now, because I was attacked. My near final death is a good reason for a change
I
of
can
mind.
make contact with her.
I'm not the type to just sort of run into people's sires on the street. But if I do, I will let her know and tell her to contact Aldrich.
Before that, I need a defense. Which means I need to get to the Salupri first, briefly, just for a moment. Which means I need the Velvet Man to send someone to lead me there. They will know where she is. They know every place in the city.
She's not in the city.
No. But I imagine his eyes extend outside as well. They're the perfect people to know where to go. Maybe if I walk through the sewers blindly, one of them will come across me.
Or something else.
That's true. I wouldn't survive on my own if it's something else. What do we do then?
I would say I could come with you. However, I do have my own things I have to do in regards to this plan.
Do we have any of Velvet's people's number, or just his?
I believe it was just his. I don't think...
Did we get Sharon's number?
Yeah, I don't think Sharon gave us her number.
Okay.
She did set up our security system, though. What do you think that means
When did that happen?
when they visited?
I don't remember that out of character.
I don't think that happened. You had
Daniel set up the security.
set up.
Alright, Daniel set it up, but no, she was transferring information.
Mhm.
That's right. She was transferring information to us. But, and this is just a new thought, and it might be a stretch, but let me know what you think. Sharon being a techie, would she bug the area?
There have been several checks for that sort of thing.
And we didn't find any?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
So no, that is something Aldrich has been on top of.
Mm-hmm. And
I did it
honestly,
once.
he's dismantling the security system tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was something that you guys had made an effort to take down after the Thin Bloods were taken, because you were like,
Yes.
well, nope, this didn't work.
Alright. So, yeah, I need to get in touch with Velvet or one of his people.
And I think I'm actually going to text Audrey and say, can we rain check?
Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. You're going to text her?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say in the message?
Just, hey, something came up with my next door neighbor. Can we rain check?
Takes probably a couple minutes, but you see the little 3 dots of somebody typing. And then there's, sad face, but I'm already in line waiting for you.
Oh, you're meeting her tonight?
Yeah, you were supposed to meet her
Yeah,
tonight.
she said in an hour. Josie will send a sad face back and say, sorry.
Wait, we overheard that conversation, didn't we?
You heard the part, so we had talked outside and no one heard that, but when I was coming down this...
But Sybil had a specialty in hearing, and I don't remember because it's been a while, but it was when you were going down the stairs and you got the phone call.
Yeah, and I didn't try to be quiet about it.
Yeah.
It was just conversation about talking and saying, like, hey, I'll meet you in like an hour.
I'll probably grab your wrist then and tug, and I'll say, if you go to see her, then make sure your blood is flowing.
On it. But I'm not planning on seeing her tonight. But yeah, I'll say, I'll text her and say, I'm really sorry.
After a couple...
Tomorrow night, I promise.
Yeah. After another minute or so, there's a response, and it just says, she must be some neighbor.
I don't like that. She's annoying.
Well, she's 14 and a gang member attacked her.
What do you call it? Yeah, I don't think Josie would respond to that.
But it says she must be some neighbor. I understand. It's important. Rain check.
I'll just send thanks. Wasn't she going to meet up with friends as well? It's going to be Josie, her, and her friends.
No, I think it was a...
Oh.
Actually, it might have been. I could honestly say I don't remember. It might have been that it was friends, but she seemed really interested in spending time with you. But if that's the case, we'll spin it that way too. It's like, she'll just say, like, must be some neighbor. If it's important, I understand. My friends can keep me company. Have a good night.
So thanks.
So,
have a good night.
So it sounds a little more understanding because that you were like, oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's meant to sound a little more understanding, and we'll spin it in the light that we did say there was somebody because it's been a while.
Well, now you need to make plans for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's okay though. I'll figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
You're just drinking blood on camera? That's a breach.
Totally.
Just drinking blood on camera.
I mean, can you prove?
This is my blood, though. It runs in my veins.
It's the lifeblood. I hear you. It's right there.
Sponsor
us. Sponsor us, especially the cream soda one. Oh, it's so good.
I don't like the cream soda, but we'll have that conversation another day.
Wait, you
no,
don't
I know it would bring up a...
You don't like the cream soda one or cream soda in general?
The cream soda Dr. Pepper.
I don't have a drink, but I do have this. It was made in like the 70s.
Oh,
I don't know why I have it.
Drink that. Don't drink that, Ark.
I don't know. I just kind of have it on my desk as an ornament.
Is it like actual soda or?
It's soda.
Okay.
It hasn't been opened.
So it's not just like a decorative thing. It's something that you made, and it's an actual thing that you made into a decoration. Yeah. Okay.
It's still the original soda in there.
God, that's gonna be flat as shit.
It's
Yeah.
people have drank the 20-year-old sodas that they get off eBay, and those make them vomit. So please do not drink that.
I was not going to.
Soda.
It's like all the sugar in there, and that just like generations of bacteria.
It's probably something
And, like-
living there by this point.
Yeah, and also like
There's like a whole colony.
I know
living
sometimes
there.
the syrup and like the actual liquid tend to sometimes separate. It's so gross.
Anyway.
So anyways, plans to run into Mirabelle and Audrey have been shelved. So what is the plan for tonight?
I was gonna talk
Did you want to talk
to
to the Valkyries alone, or did you want us to come with you?
You should stick together.
Good question.
I won't be able
What'd you say?
I won't be able to find the Velvet Man alone, so I need to stay with you. If you want to call Mirabelle and make plans, I just need a defense before I meet her. But you should tell her that I was attacked by a coterie member and you need to deal with them before I return. I think that's a good way to show a change of heart. Or, I don't know, if you have a better idea.
I'll make contact with her.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys can come with.
I hold up the phone and I say, hello.
Who were you talking to?
The phone.
Okay.
Hi.
She's
Hi.
just talking to a phone.
What's your name?
My name is Sierra.
Hi, Sierra. I'm Sybil.
Nice to meet you, Sybil.
Nice
How
to
are
meet
you?
I'm fine. I'm
That's
scared.
good.
Hey, do you know where the Velvet Man is? Can you call him?
Don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What is happening?
I'm gonna go upstairs.
I'm not Kavian. I'm allowed to do this shit.
You are. Doesn't make it any less
I don't
weird.
even have to put up with it.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really. I'm not talking into the phone anymore. I'll start following Aldrich upstairs and say, the only way that they gave me to like contact them is going to the specific bar. So we have to go there. Right? That was the way that they gave me to contact?
Yep, just to be at the bar, because that's usually where they'll be, unless they're making an
Cool.
attack on the Tremere.
Cool.
So I'll ask again, do you want to handle this alone, or do you want us there with you?
I mean, either way works. I do think it would be good to stick together, and also to have all of us there so they know who they're possibly going to be working with.
I need a jacket then. There's a big hole in my back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to stay and heal a little, you can. But yes, we can get you a jacket.
No time to heal. Have to act. Need a jacket.
What'd you say?
No time to heal. Have to act. Need a jacket. After we meet yours, would it be would stopping by the other club, the Goths of Arata too?
We could try.
We could do a little drive-by.
Should we then, if we walk through the sewers, do you think one of his eyes would spot us?
don't know that much about him, if I'm being completely honest, so maybe.
He's the man with the many eyes. No eyes like mine, but
Josie, if you could lend Sybil one of your jackets.
Yes, I will give her a jacket.
yay, I like it. It smells like cats.
Of course. And then I guess we can head over to the thingy thing. The girls.
The
I think that would be
bar.
the next plan.
Once you all have finished talking about these plans, Sybil, you're the first one to notice that the four of you have all been kind of standing here, and there's a smell of fish.
I smell fish. Why do I smell fish?
Is there a fish smell?
When she mentions it, yes, there's a very subtle smell of fish. Aldrich, you're like, fish, and you start to look around, and Josie had mentioned needing a shower earlier, but she doesn't smell like she doesn't smell like fish. Sybil doesn't smell like fish. None of the three of you smell like fish.
Who's there? Hello? Activating all specs. Well, it's
You
always
already
active,
have
but
aspects activated.
I am going to. I'm going to. I'm going to try and sense auras. I guess I'm trying to sense hidden things that are hidden. Is what I'm saying.
You know, I'm gonna go grab a Jay's sword.
You assume that it's still there. Daniel rounded everything up.
4 successes.
4 successes. I mean, there are still 4 auras here.
But there's 3 of us.
Quiet person who's not doing the power.
I'm going to turn to the unfamiliar aura.
You turn and face one of the corners of this back room, and you kind of like
Also,
look and tilt your
barrel
head.
weapons.
You kind of look and tilt your head there, and when Aldrich has been like, smell of fish, the obfuscated Nosferatu appears in the corner and holds up a hand and says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not be hasty. I was just overhearing that you all had a little bit of a problem. I was going to step out and reveal myself. Last time I did that, I wasn't allowed near playgrounds, but I was going to tell you all that I was here eventually, but the conversation was just too juicy not to listen in a little bit longer."
Hello, fish man.
Yeah, fish.
What's your
You
name?
see him, this individual is a rather tall and slender looking person. Their back hunches and probably deprives them of a couple inches that would put them over 6 feet. They have ripped up sneakers, jeans, and a fur-lined heavy jacket that's zipped all the way up, and the hood is up over their head, covering up much of their pale, kind of dried and decaying features. Their face is partly visible, but the lower half is covered up by a face mask. But you can see that there are a pair of like glowing yellow eyes that peer out under the hood. And when they talk, the mask kind of moves around like they are purposely obscuring a mouth that they don't want people to see, and not so much for their own health benefits. And of course, they stink of fish that has been left out in the sun for too long.
But always wear your mask, people.
Always wear your mask.
I'm going to activate my Eyes of the Beast.
What's your name?
Remind me what Eyes of the Beast does.
It allows me to see in darkness, but it also gives me a more intimidating presence.
Gotcha.
Same.
So I'll just try.
Jody's are usually always
So
activated.
you're listening to Frost, and you're going to assert your dominance over the Nosferatu. Got it.
Basically.
Okay.
Well,
So
I
all
did.
the eyes turn into those of the snake.
I think this is one of those where I'm like, as a player, I don't know if I want to do this, but I think Josie would. Josie would walk over and try and like grab him and like put him against the wall.
Okay. So please give me a strength plus brawl.
And I have
Just close this. Let me open
I have
it back up.
specialties in grappling and kindred, so that's +2. Successes.
Didn't you go eat? Like, how is your hunger already so...
Did I?
Yeah, that's why I got stabbed.
Because I was the only one around.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
you're... Yeah, lower your hunger and then you can re-roll. Well,
Oh wait,
no,
but it did go back up because of the rouse check. So.
Oh, yeah. I
So
think,
did-
I
Well,
think
it
something...
didn't go up to 3, but I'd be at 2.
Yeah, I think something started to offset it. This is opposed.
Um,
Okay, just do this.
do you want me to re-roll with my 2
No,
or
no, it's not going to make a
Okay.
difference. I'm just going to shift them upward. Okay, so he only has 2 successes, so... And so, yeah, you go up and you grab them, and they're just like, whoa, 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 go.
You're going to give me a very quick reason why I shouldn't let my gang girlfriend here dust you.
Oh, God, yeah, because I have a very, very good reason for that. You don't want to do that. I have important information that you all are looking for.
Hello.
That's what you wanted, right? Hi, little girl. I have the information for you.
What's your name?
Me? Screech.
Is that
Just Screech.
true?
Screech is what they call me. Why don't we just stick to that?
I don't know, I think I'd like to know a little more about you.
That's gonna cost you.
Really, because you've been listening in on us for quite a while now, so I think we've paid already.
I don't know. You didn't really give anything juicy for that.
I mean, I could make it pretty juicy, and then I like hold up one of my claws.
Oh, that's not innuendo. Okay, sure, Galen Rivers, but everybody calls me Screech, so if you say Galen Rivers, nobody's gonna know who the fuck you're talking about.
Okay.
Insight check it?
You can absolutely insight check it.
What would it be?
What's
With
inside?
insight.
Can he get any bonuses for him being slightly intimidated?
Nope.
Maybe?
Mm-mm.
Just double checking. It's a 2.
You get the sense you can believe him.
Cool.
What do you want, Mr. Screech?
I was just listening in, and like I said, I have information I can share with you all if the price is right. You guys really got to be a little more observant. Nosferatu just peek in on anybody. It's not anything new at all, and I noticed that your security system wasn't working, so I figured I would make sure everything was okay, and here you were all talking about all the fun things you were going to be doing tonight, so hi.
Did you go in through the door?
I grip on him a little tighter.
I came in through the windows upstairs.
Okay. What are you looking for then?
I'm not looking for anything. You gave me everything I needed. I'm here to help you out now, if the price is right.
Okay. What's the price?
And why? What do you need specifically? Why do you need it?
I don't.
What are you planning on doing with it?
I don't need
are you
anything.
selling?
I don't need anything now. I already explained that to the kid.
He wants a boon.
Stop it. I trying to explain to the woman with the claws. I don't need anything. I heard enough juicy information that I could trade to anybody. But I'm feeling very generous if you're willing to trade this information, because I have information that I can trade for you. But so you all were looking for somebody. Screech knows where to find people. I could help, and that way you don't have to get lost wandering through the labyrinth. Because your little friend there was gonna die if they tried to go down into the sewers. What are you thinking? You were just gonna let that kid go off into the sewers alone? It's irresponsible parents, both of you. You should be ashamed.
It's true, they should be.
See, she's agreeing.
I grip tighter.
You know where do you know where the homeless stay outside the city?
No.
Do you know someone who does?
That is a very vague and broad question all at the same time. Like,
You just heard literally everything we just talked about.
it's true, I did. But if you're looking for the context of people who keep track of the homeless outside of the city, I mean, you probably should go to that specific area you're looking at and not be speaking in such broad terms. Like, I might know somebody who watches homeless people in the north, but that doesn't mean that it will help you if you're going south, or even if you're looking for someone in the east and you decide to go west, which doesn't make any sense because it's the fucking ocean.
That rules out the west.
Or does it? They might
But
have a
there's
boat.
water.
That's true. A boat isn't a home.
Unless it's a houseboat.
That's true. It can't be a houseboat.
So, before...
What's this information?
Well, I was going to offer my services in helping you navigate the labyrinth because your little friend seems keen on going down there for some reason. The only people who can navigate those things are my clan, after all. It's our domain. You would need an invite to be down there anyways.
I mean, did we want to do that first and then go do what I gotta do?
I mean, you should
I don't care.
definitely go speak to those.
I'm not asking you.
Oh, well, okay.
Nosferatu.
Mhm.
We can't be idle.
No, you shouldn't sit still.
We also
too
don't know
long.
if we can trust the rat.
That's true.
First of all, I'm not a rat.
Yes, rats look much
You're
better.
sneaking around our walls,
Well,
listening in on everything.
that is
Makes you a rat enough in my eyes.
I could use his assistance. But I don't want to be alone.
Yeah, no, I wasn't planning on letting you go alone. But I was saying, did we want to do my thing first, or now that we have this guy here,
Can you give me your
go
number?
ahead and do yours?
I don't carry a phone. There's a whole ban on electronics in the city.
Huh?
I mean, if you all knew anything about anything, you'd know that.
That's why you eat the phones.
He just kind of turns his head to Josie. Gives her that
I
look
wave.
like, is she serious?
Just look at him back.
So,
Aldrich, what do you think?
He's helpful enough when he has claws. There's not much stopping him from leaving us stranded in there. And there's nothing stopping him from going to the sheriff or the prince or her deputy.
I mean, Camerilla don't really like our clan. We're not pretty enough to toreador prince, so I really don't have much reason to do that.
To realize that
insight
that
check.
excuse isn't a good one.
I want to know. I want to know if he's really against the prince or not.
Sure, insight check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ba-bum.
How many successes? Would you like to reroll any with your willpower?
I'll reroll one. So I only have 2 to reroll.
Oh, got you. 2 more.
6 successes.
Well, you believe him.
He's on the level.
Yeah, perfectly on the level.
Not perfectly.
I'm the little bubble inside of the thing that you use to make sure things are level. That's me.
It's apt. But they're not working for the prince. Who are
Nope.
you working for?
Nosferatu tend to be similar to the Gangrel in the sense that they work for whoever they work for, and whoever is giving them the most, not payment.
You're a woman
But
of
you know.
culture and understanding. I am pleased to be held in your iron grip.
I throw him to the side.
I think he was starting to enjoy it.
And he lands with a thud and he's like, I'm laying here because I choose to, not for any other reason.
Oh god.
Gross. Wait, so I was confused as to the response. Are we gonna go with him now or no?
I think we can we go with you after the other thing we have to do?
You can do whatever you like.
Well, I want to keep him in our sights.
That's fair.
I wouldn't mind staying in your
If we're-
sights either.
If we're going to do this, we should do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. What are we doing?
You're gonna help us guide through the sewers and be our fucking whatever it's called.
Oh, right. I'm going to...
Josie, if he tries anything, you have my blessing to rip his arm off and beat him to death with it.
Is that a
I was already
promise?
planning on it. Yeah, 100%. I will rip your arm off and beat you with it.
Fantastic.
And make sure you're dead.
I'm going to stick to her then. He's up on his feet and right beside Josie.
So we have 2 options.
We do? I thought we were going to the sewers.
We are,
Why are there more than one option then?
because it depends on where we're going.
Where are we going?
Depends on what you know. Are you?
Is she always talk in circles like this? Because now I'm getting...
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you two then. Where are we going?
You offered to take us to see Mr. Velvet, I assume?
I did not do that. I offered to guide you through the labyrinth. Did you want to
Can you
go
guide
to
us?
Velvet?
I mean, yeah, you heard our conversation, yes.
I did, but I didn't say that was what I was doing. I said I would make sure you didn't die in the labyrinth.
Yeah, well, you can lead us there to where he might be.
And if you don't know where homeless might congregate outside the city, I think they might.
We're on the homeless thing again? Okay. I suppose I might be able to get information on where the homeless live outside of the whole proximity of Vancouver, but it's gonna be like 100 pieces of printout paper because it's a lot of
Screech.
places. Yes.
How long have you been watching us?
Since you came up from the basement.
I don't just mean
Oh, in general?
Or-
I mean, me in particular, I came in around, oh god, the bullets. Why do bullets hurt still? Please don't take me.
He was here the whole time.
Not the whole time.
so you've been here since the attack.
Yeah. I watched that real nasty business. You'd think you guys would have done something about the security by now.
You think?
We're moving to another haven.
Really, where at?
None of your business.
I'm gonna tell you.
I mean, okay. It's easier if you tell me. That means I gotta put my work in, but okay. So. I've answered your questions. Now I have one for you.
Do I know what the question is?
Yes.
Is that a character?
I wouldn't know then because I exist in the state of this scene.
Do I know the question?
No.
What's
I
the-
haven't asked it yet. I mean, maybe you're a Malkavian. You're weird as fuck. So he starts picking at a scab on his nose, and he peels it off, and then just kind of flicks it. It lands on Aldrich's left shoe.
42 times.
No. Okay. So, yeah, I can do this for you, but what are you going to give me in return? Like, yeah, the threatening thing is kinky and all, but this is a business arrangement now.
What do you want?
That's not how this goes. If I just had... If I knew what I wanted from you, I would have started with that. That's how bargaining works. I'm telling you to make it worth my while. If I had something on the table of yours that I wanted, I would just say so.
Would you like a premonition?
No, I hear those things are unreliable at best.
There's thousands of possibilities, but I narrow them down.
Okay, I'm sure that's true. Well, what about you two?
I don't quite
You cut out there.
see what I'm getting from any of this bargaining.
I mean, I'm making sure your little friend doesn't die going into the sewers.
But you're not taking us to see Velvet, which is what she wants.
That's true. Alright,
So
well,
there's no point to this discussion.
also valid point. I guess I should be on my way then.
I said I wanted to keep you in my sights.
I mean, you
I'm
can
gonna try and grab him again.
you can go with me if you really like.
How about this then? She doesn't rip you to shreds.
I mean, she can't do that anyways.
I can't. I just got permission from Aldrich.
Ah, I forgot that Aldrich was the fucking ivory throne-seated prince. You're pretty, but you're not a Toreador.
Yes, but as you said earlier, they don't give a shit what happens to you.
I mean, they don't, but once word gets around that you all, broke one of the rules here.
What I am proposing is that you don't get ripped to shreds because you do know a lot of information.
I do know a lot of information.
Hold up my hand. Because you do know a lot of information, and that can be dangerous. So, we don't rip you to shreds.
You have to speak up into the microphone a little more.
So, we don't rip you to shreds, and you take me to Velvet, and you also get a boon.
I mean, a boon from you guys doesn't amount to much.
Would you like Quajan blood then?
Ugh, God no. What would I want with that?
What wouldn't you want with that?
Nothing. I wouldn't want nothing with it because it's nothing. Why would I want that? So, anyways, yeah, the threat to kill me is great and all, but it's still a violation of the rules here in this city. So, yeah, I could be.
Wasn't a threat.
I could be really worried about you giving me final death, but once people find out that I'm gone, and there are people who care about my existence, I'm pretty sure that the people who live here are under a bit more scrutiny than a random Nosferatu. The box that shipped out of here, there were, as far as I remember, boxes tend to talk a lot, and you all have a real big target painted on your backs already.
A box. Do you know what's inside?
Yeah, I could venture a guess that there's 4 of you that walked into this building earlier, and only 3 of you are standing here.
No, not that box. He doesn't know about the box.
I'm very curious to hear about this information of a new box.
Would you like to know about the box?
Absolutely. Why don't you tell me about the box, and I'll take you all the way to Mr. Velvet.
Yes. Yes, Aldrich?
Screech,
Yes, sir.
we don't want the information
You no longer require my services?
to anyone.
Cut out.
Yeah, you keep cutting out.
Oh my god.
You're good now.
I don't want you selling.
We lost you again. Let's get Ark a new microphone.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I was just telling Screech that I didn't want him selling the information on us.
Well, I'm a businessman first and foremost, so I'll go ahead and take your offer of a boon to keep my the secret of what transpired here on in this back room to myself. Do we have an agreement?
Alright. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, if your strong, beautiful friend here could let me go, I will kindly remove myself from the premises of your soon-to-be abandoned lair and go about my way.
Aldrich.
Sybil.
What am I allowed to give to get to Velvet?
Screech has made it perfectly clear he does not intend to take us to Velvet.
I could, but you guys really aren't offering anything. I have the boon now, so what else is there?
I mean,
There is information he doesn't
we
know.
could give the information on the box.
Yes, I am very curious about this box.
So you take us to Velvet, and we give you the information on the box.
Sure. Yeah, happily. Not the box that just wheeled out of here already. I already implied that I know what that is. So
Yeah.
Yes.
big brain moment there. Don't think that that's a fast one you could pull.
No. There is another box.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Hmm?
All right.
You can insight check me if you'd like.
Mm-hmm. Who says he hasn't?
I don't know.
Cool. So, you guys are the masters in negotiations. So I think we should probably get rolling before somebody changes their mind for the umpteenth time.
I liked him at first, not so much anymore. He seems kind of mean.
I did not like him from the beginning.
We kind of grate on you after a while. It's true. It might be the smell.
No, that's not what bothered me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not a peach yourself.
That's what bothered me.
I'm not here to be friends. I'm here to do work. You,
So
on
let's
the other
work.
hand, and he slides up next to Josie again.
I grab him by the back of the neck
That's what I liked about her.
and push him forward to start showing us the way.
Aldrich, you were about to say something.
Doesn't matter.
Alrighty. Is everybody ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get shit
Speaking of
done.
go, I need to use the bathroom.
Well, we are at our break time, so why don't we just take 5? Oh, we're 10 minutes
Okay.
past our break time. So,
Good.
we will take our break and be back shortly. Stick around for more Vampire the Masquerade.
Have a cat. I have a cat. Cat ran. Vaughn, can you call Loop? Ayo. Hello. Good. How about you? Would I? I don't care. I'm indifferent. If we stop here, we stop here. If we don't, I'm cool with that too. It is chilly. What's Ren doing? Oh, fun. Can you hear me? Oh. Tell him sorry for derailing his. Oh, it's a tell him for sorry for derailing his plans of meeting Audrey. What were you going to say beforehand? Sorry, I cut you off. Yeah. Oh. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, can stream here right now? Hello. Oh. Have but it has candy corn in them. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Night.